Happy Tuesday. We are live here at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort. And it's a Tuesday. It is a Tuesday. So I had to change the thumbnail and make it a transformative Tuesday. Sorry about yesterday. Really was not feeling well, but I wanted to make sure that I went live this week, so Tuesday kind of worked out for me. We're gonna go on a little stroll around the resort. Because of daylight savings, the sun is already up in the sky. So we're gonna take a little look in the brightness today. Usually it is pitch black, but today we have the gift of sun. So we're gonna see a lot more. Super excited to be here. I want to thank you and acknowledge you for being here, for taking time out of your Tuesday just for you, right? To start out the day on the right foot, a more positive note, to get rid of all distractions and any negativity that might be swirling around there, either on the internet or in the news. We're starting out more positively today. So thank you for being here. And as you join us, if you haven't already, hit that like button, please do. It's good karma, and it also helps to push the stream out to more and more people. And I always say knowledge is power, so the more people that can access the stream, the better. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. So excited to have you here. We're gonna talk about the ending of the book, Inner Excellence. I finished it this weekend. Amazing, amazing book by Jim Murphy. So if you haven't already picked up a copy, I highly suggest it. It's actually one of my favorite books that I've read recently. I definitely think it's a book that I'm going to come back to time and time again because there's so many little nuggets of information in there that I really think are beneficial, and it's a great reminder every now and again. So it's definitely a timeless book that I can return to, every year if I wanted to, and maybe gain something else. So highly suggest. Again, it's called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. The full title is in the description below if you want to check that out. But this will be the last stream that I talk about the book. Trying to figure out what my next read will be. Oh, we got a anhinga or a cormorant that just ducked down in the water there. Let me say hi to some chat. It looks like we got Mark Mueller. We got Mrs. T3. Good morning. Lynette. Stephen MVP. Captain Kirk. Peaches. Shamrock Turtle. Lady Kirk. Wow. Full crew today. Good morning, guys. Oh, I think he just popped up over there and went back under. Oh, goodness. WDW Stream Finder. Yes, it's a gorgeous morning. It's a little chilly, so I am kind of bundled up. But it is good for the hair. Good for the hair weather. But a little chilly. I should have brought my hat with me, but it's okay. It's gorgeous. And at least we have the gift of sun this morning, so it's not too chilly. Peaches says, David Goggins came up as a question on Jeopardy the other night, and I knew the answer. Can't hurt me. Love that. That's super cool. David Goggins on Jeopardy. We love it. Excellent. Yes, that was another really amazing book that I talked about on the stream as well. But I'm very excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining me on a Tuesday. It worked out. Really was like not doing well. I think I didn't get enough sleep over the weekend, and the time change, it was just kind of messed me up. So glad I can be here with you today on a Tuesday. And I feel like we always go over this bridge, so I'm gonna go left today and kind of see what's happening this way. We'll swoop back around, but I love a bridge, and there she is. All right. So like I said, we are going to talk about the ending of the book, Inner Excellence. going to be sharing some nuggets of information, but this is my perception of the things that I read. It's the Cliff Notes version of, certain things that I discovered while reading this book. So it might be different for you. So you can take what works for you and leave the rest, or, ponder the rest. Things that maybe don't resonate with you, that's okay. Maybe it's something you need to think a little bit deeper about. But Jim Murphy talks about, if you want to develop peace and confidence under pressure, you need to let go of your need to be successful and look the part. All right. He says instead, you're going to visualize the path of mastery, seeking to be wholehearted and fully engaged in your life rather than successful in it. And we've talked about this, but keeping that goal of success, right, and wanting to attain a certain level of success or win at something or achieve a certain status is going to actually hinder your growth process. Okay, it's more about being, wholehearted, authentic, and courageous in whatever it is you're trying to attempt, right? Because you'll get more out of it that way. What a beautiful sight. We're going to walk towards like Disney Springs so we can kind of see the view there, and we'll get a better shot of the sunrise. But yeah, it's gorgeous. He also talks about the idea of resonance, right? And that's connecting with the performance. So ultimately you become one with the action and not so much the outcome. All right, and that's being like fully present in it. And a way to achieve that is actually enhanced through visualization. And that's something that I'm really big on, like manifesting and visualizing whatever it is you want to achieve or emulate. I've been doing more reading about this as well and diving deeper into it. And honestly, the things that I've been reading are the things that I have done in the past without even realizing, oh my goodness, I'm actually, visualizing and manifesting. So it does work. I've seen it work. But when you go through that process and when you start to really visualize the things that you want and maybe how you want to be, it's not just picturing it, it's feeling it, it's hearing it, it's what are the smells that you would smell, the things that you would taste, the people that you would surround yourself with, right? It's using all the five senses to kind of visualize what you want to happen. Because when you get real with the possibilities of things that can occur, the chances of you actually attaining that goal are a lot greater. And Jim Murphy talks about, when you visualize, you should also visualize the obstacles and you overcoming them, right? Because not everything is going to go perfectly. And I'm sure you all are aware of that in your life, right? Not everything is going to go according to plan. But when you visualize yourself overcoming those obstacles, when you actually are under pressure and in the moment, the chances of you overcoming them are greater because you're like, oh yeah, I already went through this in my mind. And he says that seeing yourself perform with your ideal performance and state and feeling how you want to feel in the middle of whatever chaos may arise in competition will actually be incomplete, right? Because not everything is going to be ideal. So you have to kind of embrace the obstacles that could potentially occur as well. Aw, thanks, Bill. I just got your Venmo. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Just came across the top of my screen. Thank you, thank you. Look at this gorgeous, this is a screenshot right here. Oh. I really was in the mood to see the bridges and see the fountains. So I was like, yeah, let's go to Saratoga. I don't know, it's very strange when I come up with like the resorts that I want to stream at. It just like hits me like a stroke of genius. I don't know, when I just sit, take a moment and get quiet of like, okay, what do I want? What's my intention behind the stream, right? Like what type of vibe do I want to create? And then it just is clear as day. It presents itself to me. It's very strange. I don't know. And it's a little thing like, where am I going to stream? But I think it's very telling for the rest of your life too, when you just sit down and get quiet and think about your intentions behind doing something, right? The answer becomes clear. So I kind of love that. There's something bobbing in the water right there. What the heck is that? What is that? Maybe it's oh, it's just like a rope, I think, attached to something. I'm like, oh, is it an animal? No, I just really wanted it to be an animal. Okay, just kidding. Yeah, Lynette, you love your home resort. It's gorgeous here. Such a big resort and so much to see as far as like nature-wise, you know? Look at that bridge. Ugh. Love it. So again, going back to visualization, please just remember that every noteworthy achievement started as an image in someone's mind. It happened in their mind before it happened in real life. That's super powerful and so important to really recognize. If you really want to achieve something great, just know it already happened in your mind. You pictured it in some way, shape, or form. And then it presented itself in real life. So when you visualize, you're going to picture presence, not perfection. So like I said, what are all the obstacles that may arise? What are the uncomfortable feelings that may also come with that? Oh, we got an egret over here. So when I talked about this competition that I had in my gym, and I created a video all about like manifestation and visualizing, but I knew that the day of the competition I would feel really worried, stressed, anxious. The pressure is on. So when I had those moments of like feeling uncomfortable leading up to that competition, I didn't want to push it away. I wanted to embrace it. And I sat with that uncomfortable feeling of like, ooh, I'm so nervous, like that feeling in the pit of your stomach. I said, no, I got to channel that. I got to hold on to it because this is going to be a feeling that I have the day of, and I need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I don't know at the time if this was something that I knew because I read somewhere about manifesting, or if it was just something that I intuitively did, but it helped me. And then I eventually won the competition because in my head I had already won, right? I played out everything in my head prior to actually competing, right down to the feelings, the smells that I would smell in the gym. I went through every exercise over and over and over again. The feeling of fatigue, hearing my name get called over the microphone as the winner, having the trainers hug me after, like all the things I visualized and manifested before it actually occurred. So, hey, it works. Bill's Saratoga, home away from home. Peaches, I love staying at Saratoga for the Run Disney races. So peaceful and tranquil, even though I can't sleep. Too anxious. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this is a great resort to stay at if you're racing, because yeah, look at this calm that you get in the morning. It's not the hustle and bustle of the budget resorts, right? Wow, what a picture. What a picture there. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. It's good karma helps pump the stream out to more and more people. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. We do streams like this all the time. Typically, they're on Mondays, but usually around 6:30 in the morning. We talk all things motivation, all positive, and I pick a different Disney resort or somewhere else around the Orlando area to go live. You can also consider becoming a Patreon by going to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw, and you can see which level is right for you. Yes, the Shamrock Turtle. If you want to go to sleep, you have to pretend to fall asleep. Yes. Fake it till you make it. So Jim Murphy talks about different visualization techniques. And I'm going to just state what they are, and we're going to get into them more in depth as we go through. But he says preview, confidence, presence under pressure, relax, reframe, scene of success, and role models and mentors. Okay, so we're going to get into those a little bit deeper. And then he says he has 5 questions to ask yourself in preparation for that visualization. So those questions are, how do I want to feel? What does it take to get that feeling? What keeps me from that feeling? How can I get it back? And am I willing to work, what am I willing to work for? Okay, this is gorgeous, but I'm gonna keep moving. But I mean, come on with this beautiful scenery. And we have the great egret right there, doing some fishing in the morning. Just a beautiful sight. All right, let's keep going. I mean, I don't want to, but I don't want to bore you with the same landscape here. Beautiful, beautiful. I just want to get closer to the sun rising. Over there is the parking lot. See, I always get lost in this resort, and I'm really not mad about it because it's just gorgeous. Let's see, where are we? You are here. Yeah, and I want to go here because I want to see Disney Springs. So I'm going to go over the bridge. Walkway to the tree houses. We never saw the tree house villas. Maybe I'll make my way that way too, but yeah, we're going to go over the bridge. I know where we're going. I got it now. Okay. Just needed to regroup. But you know I love a bridge. Oh my God. This man loves a bridge too. So bridges, you can think about symbolically or metaphorically connecting your old self to your new self, an old possibility to a new possibility. You're taking a leap of faith. You're making growth. Like, that's how I look at bridges. And quite frankly, I am afraid of heights. So the tall bridges scare me, but these little Disney bridges are my favorite. But there's so much to think about, right? Symbolically and metaphorically about bridges, and I do enjoy. I'm a fan. And I know Lynette and Bill say that there's turtles in this waterway here, but we gotta keep an eye out. This was not a shocking discovery to me, but something that I did jot down while reading this book is all outstanding performers have routines. I mean, it makes sense. The trick with routines is to use them to help get the feeling of resonance, right? That feeling of just being present and wholehearted. But whenever you are interrupted or cannot stick to your routine, tell yourself, this is how it's supposed to be today. I like that because I am a very structured, routine person. And I don't like when my routine is disrupted, especially yesterday. For those that read the post, I actually left in the middle of my workout, something that I've never, ever done. in my over 1,000 camps that I have done at Burn Boot Camp. I was just really not feeling well, and I knew for myself that pushing through was going to do more harm than good. So I just said, this is how it's supposed to be today, and I left. And that's why, unfortunately, I didn't do the stream, but I needed to listen to my body and break the routine. And like, it's okay to do that if, you know, things are not going as planned. A lot of external factors that you can't control sometimes, and that's okay. Looks like the leaning geyser. It's a little crooked. What's happening there? And it's important to accept this interruption as if you chose it, right? This goes back to, I know I spoke about this last time on the stream. I took some landmark courses, and they talk about the idea of not saying like this is happening to me, but you're choosing, I'm gonna go this way. You're choosing to accept what's happening. It gives you more ownership of it, and it kind of changes your mindset. It makes you feel like, okay, I have control over the situation, right? And again, going back to that idea of I expect nothing, right? I love that so much. I'm trying to really incorporate that more and more into my life. Going in with no expectations, because remember, when you expect certain things, especially out of people and circumstances and things that you cannot control, you could be let down, right? So if you go in with zero expectations, but knowing that you can handle anything is such a powerful mindset shift. So I expect nothing, I can handle anything. Expectations are future things that you want, but you cannot control, right? You have no control over them. And the most powerful mindset is to expect abundance in your daily life while letting go of attachments and needs for certain things to happen. So you let go of attachments, but you kind of welcome the abundance in your life. So powerful. All right, so here's the spa, Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. They have the little bikes here that you can rent, I assume. Let's see. And then, yeah, this is the yoga that, at 9 a.m. If I had time today, I forgot it was on Tuesdays, I would have done a longer stream to do yoga. Oh, man. I wish I remembered it was on a Tuesday. Darn. Maybe next week I'll do that. I love their yoga here. I had streamed one a while back, but maybe next week I'll do a yoga stream. Community hall, yep, right here. Oh man, that would have been great. All right, next time. And if you want to go back and check that out, you can check my previous live streams for the yoga, Disney Fit Yoga. It's super fun because they have like Disney music in the background. You're facing Disney Springs. It's really beautiful. And it's free. Super cool. All right. Also, when you embrace adversity, it gives you a leg up. All right? You need to embrace those times of challenges and obstacles, because your ability to push through that, not everybody can do that. So it's giving you, it's definitely giving you a leg up. Morning. The sky looks so beautiful. So we're heading towards Disney Springs because I do think it's a gorgeous view, especially with that sun in the sky. So we're heading in that direction. All right, thank you. Okay. Here we go. So Jim Murphy talks about how the greatest coaches and leaders adopt these three approaches. He says they redefine success, they connect individuals with a vision beyond themselves, and they seek self-mastery and help others to do the same. I think we talked about this in the beginning of the book on a stream, right? How to basically build your inner excellence. And he talks about these three things. So we're going to dive deeper into that. Once I figure out where I'm going. I think, I'm going to go to the right here. I believe there's a little gazebo this way too. We'll get right up by Disney Springs. I'll show you where they do the yoga. So if you are staying here, you know that that's available. Tuesday at 9 a.m. though, it's like, if you're rope dropping, it's not gonna be a possibility. Oh, and you can kind of see the aerophile from here, right through the trees. But it is a great idea if you're planning on having like just a stay-in resort day on a Tuesday at Saratoga. Take advantage of that yoga to get your day started on the right foot. I feel like they do change it up seasonally, but I don't know. I think the past couple of months it's been on a Tuesday, so I think they keep it around for a while. So yeah, it's a good option. And they also have the like family yoga, which I think is on Saturdays here. And that's more geared towards like, families and children. So it's not as structured as a yoga session as you might like, but that option is available to you as well. And I think it's a little bit shorter too, just for the attention spans of the children. All right, so Jim Murphy has this great quote from John Wooden. Apparently he's a Hall of Fame basketball coach. I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but he had a really great quote, and I jotted it down because he defines success as just having a peace of mind. This is a direct result of self-satisfaction and knowing that you made the effort to become the best version of which you are capable. Okay, so having that peace of mind, having that self-satisfaction, and knowing that you created that for yourself. Success takes care of itself when you take care of yourself. That goes back again to the idea of like not being attached to the outcome, just being present and wholehearted in your journey will create those successful outcomes. Hey, Christina, good morning. Oh, gorgeous morning. We're gonna just go loop around in this little gazebo because I think it's cute. We'll look out at Disney Springs. It's a little crispy this morning. It's a chill in the air, but feels nice. Feels nice. Oh, we got some ducks in the pond. Some ducks over there. We got some birds flying around. Oh my God. Gorgeous. I just love how the sun reflects on the lake here. Oh, we have an ibis. Oh, okay. And we have a heron. Oh my gosh. I sound like a birding expert, but I'm not. I just am very familiar with these Florida birds. Oh, here's another one. Wow, what a shot. Beautiful. I loved this statement. He says, the only way to beat competition is to stop thinking about beating the competition. That was another thing in my winning of this gym like workout or competition. Oh, there's so many birds. When I was in my final workout, right, it was just me going head to head with another girl from another gym, and the whole time I was telling myself, this is my victory lap. This is for me, right? I wasn't thinking about her. I was thinking about how I could be my very best in that moment, right? It's not about the competition. It's about who you are and how you're showing up, right? Are you becoming the best version of yourself? Are you emulating that possibility, right? And just ignoring the outside noise. I think that was super powerful. Yeah, Lynette, it's always a great spot for bird watching. Thank you, Captain Kirk. Yep, I am getting sharper with my bird skills. Oh my God. How cute. I love that. The ducks are just like chasing each other. That was cute. Stephen MVP, John Wooden, great college coach who won 10 titles in 12 years with UCLA in the 60s and 70s. Look at that. See? I knew somebody would know more information. Love that. So he clearly knows what he's talking about. So in order to achieve the goal, we must stay fixed on the process of achieving the goal. We have to separate who we are from what we do. It's vital to distinguish between purpose and goals. I love that so much. I'm going to repeat that. We have to separate who we are from what we do. A lot of people identify themselves with their jobs or their relationship to others, like I'm a mom or I'm a dad or, I'm that supportive sister or I am a teacher, and that becomes their entire being. But we have to get better at distinguishing between, okay, what is our purpose and what is our goal, right? Look at all these birds right now. We got a great spot. Super cool. Here's another person, sports related, Jim Tressel, 5-time national champion football coach. I don't know if anybody knows him, but he says a vision beyond yourself is a goal with a direct outcome that serves the greater good. So it's not just serving yourself, it's to help others. So this creates a purpose which provides meaning and inspiration. The vision provides direction and focus, right? Your purpose provides meaning and inspiration, but your vision provides direction and focus. I think that's so powerful. We're gonna keep walking. I could stay there with the birds all day, but I wanna show you some cool spots. And that sun looks gorge. We're gonna keep it moving. There we go. Stephen MVP, he knows. Tressel coached at Ohio State. Look at that. Another guy that knows what he's talking about, sports related things. Love it. Another thing that I picked up in reading this book, and it was something that I had heard before, but again, a good reinforcement of the idea, is the pink elephant theory. And you might have heard of this before as well, but I'm going to explain it. So if I tell you, don't think of a pink elephant doing a backflip. Don't think about it. Don't think about a pink elephant doing a backflip. What are you picturing in your mind? You're picturing a pink elephant attempting or doing a backflip in your mind, right? Our brains eliminate the word don't. And we just thing is that we're not supposed to do. I like all the seasons. We have spring. Here she is. We got summer over here. So it's important to remember this when focusing on the things that we want or manifesting the things that we want. If we put a don't in front of an affirmation, a thought, we are going to dwell on the thing that we don't want. So it's reframing whatever that thing may be into a more positive statement. We got autumn. And then we have winter, and she's chilly. She's a little cold. Poor winter. All right. Here we go. So self-mastery strips away everything that's not us and gets in tune with who we really are and how we want to feel. So to continue to grow, we need consistent and constant renewal. Every day we should be learning something new. So, and this is something that I hold as one of my values, right? I've talked about it in the past. Growth and well-being, my top two values. So you need to fill your mind every day with love, wisdom, and courage. That comes in the form of books, podcasts, lectures, speeches, etc. Every day we should be expanding our minds, right? That constant renewal. Spend time with people who have more wisdom and have greater tangible needs than you. You can also preview your day before going to bed or before getting out of bed, rather. Be grateful. Monitor your ego. And identify, like, is this thought associated with my ego? Is it true? Is it rational? And then take one day out of 7 to recharge. And that is something that I have really firmly fallen into recently is taking that day out of my week to just decompress and recharge, because otherwise my body will tell me that I need that day, right? Your body's going to tell you what it needs. And it can either tell you loudly or softly. So it just depends on if you're listening to your body. It's going to scream back if you are not listening. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you. So at the end of each chapter, Jim Murphy talks about, he'll give like activities or questions to consider that focus on the topics that were discussed. So he says, in your own pursuit of self-mastery, what do you need to do to increase your self-awareness, your self-education, and your self-discipline? So obviously everybody's going to have different answers to that question, right? But it's important to reflect on that. Like, what do you need to do to increase that? Your self-education, so important. Your self-awareness, your discipline. So this is where they do the yoga. It looks like they're already setting up for it. Yeah, so the Disney Family Fitness Fun Storytime Yoga is Saturdays at 9, but the Disney Fit Yoga are Tuesdays at 9. And that's suggested ages 12 and up. Love it. So look at this awesome bird fountain. I'm obsessed. So you get to do the yoga here and you look out at Disney Springs. It's really gorgeous. Hey, Kelsey, good morning. And like I said, I've done it before. I have a live stream of it. So if you want to go back and check that out, you can. And I'm going to try and come back next week and do a little bonus live on Tuesday. So we'll see. I love yoga. So when you continue to learn, you challenge your old beliefs. Something that we all need to do. Okay, squirrel. Ooh. Pursue a purpose for your life that serves the greater good, right? It's okay to challenge the things that you believed in the past. That's how we grow, right? You can believe something, and then a year from now, you might think, oh my goodness, I can't believe I believed that, right? It's okay to change your mind. And your most authentic moments will unfold when nothing exists except the here and now. And your mind, body, and spirit will flow together as one. So focusing on being more present. I love that. I think that's so important. Gorgeous. Sun in the sky over Disney Springs. So pretty. And on a personal note, something that I learned recently, well, I wanted to incorporate reading more fiction back into my life, because ever since I started 75 Hard, I was like, nope, if it's not nonfiction, I don't want to read it. And I used to be big into like thrillers and mystery and all that stuff. And those are the only books that I read, and it's just, I would devour them. They were amazing. I love that type of genre. But then again, like I said, 75 Hard, you have to read nonfiction, and I really dove into that and found a lot of value in that. And I was like, you know what, if I'm not reading to learn, like, what am I doing? I don't want to waste my time with fiction. And then, I don't know if it was on a podcast or something that I read, said that we do need to incorporate more fiction back into our lives, because we become more empathetic. We learn about people, and because of the character development, right, it helps us to be better when we empathize with people. So I was like, all right, let me pick up one of the fiction books that I have on my shelf, and quick little read. Honestly, it was a typical book that I would read in the past, and I finished the book, or towards the end of the book, let me get to my point on this. I knew there was going to be like a plot twist, right? And when I got to the plot twist, I was totally confused. I was like, wait, I thought that this character was actually a different person. And why did I think this? And it took me a while. I had read a few pages, and I'm like, wait, I'm not getting the twist. I know that there's a twist, but I'm not fully comprehending it. It's not making sense in my brain. And I realized in that moment that the author was obviously trying to get me to think a certain way and believe a certain thing about a character. The other characters were also doing that for me as well. They were pushing the certain narrative about one of the characters in the book. And because I didn't question it, I just accepted it as fact, I was completely confused by the twist in the book. Because in my brain, it didn't make sense, right? We're meaning-making machines, and we try to make everything fit a certain narrative, right? We are looking for the pieces of the puzzle to make sense. We want to put things into categories, and that's 100% what I did. And I didn't even realize, I'm like, oh, but that was not something that I should have believed. It should have been something that I questioned. And the fact that I didn't really brought me back to that sense of awareness. Like, how many times in our lives do we do this, right? We just believe a fake narrative, and even though it might be something that we see and hear, we don't question it. Why don't we question it? There could be other possibilities. And I thought that was super powerful, and I'm like, wow, I can learn from fiction, right? And it's more about how I'm thinking as opposed to like the content of the book. Like, this is just a little thriller that I read, and I learned something much deeper from that process. So I thought that was super amazing, like so enlightening. I'm like, wow, you know, like we just take things at surface value. We believe these things because our brain's like, okay, that makes sense. So I'm just gonna put that here, categorize it here. It makes sense to me. right? It checks off all the boxes. It tells me the how, the why, the what. Okay, I don't need to question anymore, right? But if we stop questioning and if we take things for what they are without looking deeper, what other messages or areas of growth are we completely disregarding and ignoring? So that was like pivotal for me. So hopefully that made sense to you and resonated a little bit. But I just really found that to be a mind blower for me. And hey, maybe it's because I haven't read thrillers in a while that I was easily swayed into thinking or feeling something. But again, it gave me that awareness of like, I need to open my eyes more, right? I need to question more. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yep, and that's a good point too, Captain Kirk. AI is definitely changing the narrative, right? We have to question the things that we're even seeing in videos. Like, is this true or is this something that was AI generated? That's a really good point. So I feel like in this day and age, we need to be way more mindful of the things that we're listening to or watching or even reading, right? And just questioning. Yeah, Lynette, it's so true. I mean, when you think back to my favorite book, To Kill a Mockingbird, right? It's not just for the entertainment of reading that book, right? There is lessons to be learned. I'm just more so referring to like my little mystery thrillers. Like, I just feel like they're more entertainment based, but in this case, you know, I have to change the way that I'm perceiving that genre. And if I can learn something from that, that's amazing, right? Super cool. So I do want to remind you about the 90-day transformation that I do have going on. I only have one spot left, and then I'm going to probably cut it off by the end of this month because I do want to make sure that whoever is joining this transformation is able to make that transformation happen before 2026, right? We're going to start out the year fresh. So again, this is a 3-month personalized coaching experience designed to reset your mindset, refocus your priorities, and build a life that actually feels aligned with who you are and where you're going in your life, right? So only one spot left. I'm keeping this group very small because I want to be able to dedicate my time to giving you the best possible coaching. So if this is something you're interested in, if you look in the description below, there is a link that you can fill out an interest form and definitely get on that because one spot left, like I said. And it's more about giving you daily systems and habits that will stick, shift in your mindset, and then as you finish the 90 days, you'll have a plan that helps you to move forward. So it's not just, okay, you're with me for 90 days and that's it. You're going to be given the tools to continue to evolve and grow every day. So if you're interested in that, definitely fill out the interest form. If that's something that's not for you right now, you can still become a Patreon and also get some benefits there. We do a 30-minute group coaching call every month. So you can go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw and you can get some perks there. Choose the level that's right for you. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? We want to get that karma going. We want to send out the stream to more and more people. And also make sure that you are subscribed. We're going to go live next Monday. I don't know where, but somewhere in the Orlando area, possibly another Disney resort. So make sure you're subscribed. Turn on the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live. And you know what? I'm human. I was sick yesterday, so I could not do the stream. So you want to make sure that bell is on so you know exactly when I am going live, because I like to make it up to you when I can't stream. Oh, what a gorgeous resort. Love it, love it, love it. Like I said, next week I'm going to try and come back for the yoga. Obviously, weather permitting. It's been getting a little chilly here in Orlando, but it's okay. We bundle up. We bundle up. So, oh my goodness, there are otters. What? I have never, ever seen this. Oh my gosh. I'm blown away right now. I don't want to scare them. That's the coolest thing. I've never seen them on a Disney property. They're otters, just chilling. That's the coolest thing. Lynette, have you seen them before? Like, so cool. I don't even want to move because I feel like they're going to jump right in the water. Oh, and they're off. That's insane. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow. You've never seen them. Wow. Guys, you never know what you're going to get on Learning with Law. It turns into a nature channel. That's so cool. I loved that. That's amazing. Oh, Captain Kirk's like, yeah, we've seen them. But that's pretty cool. I love that. I really never knew that they were here. That's amazing. Wow, what a morning. And he's swimming over there. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, Stephen Noon, they escaped from Animal Kingdom. So cool. I don't know if you could see, he's like swimming over there. Wow. His little head is above the surface right there. I don't know if you could see. Let's see how close we can get. Come on. We have spoken to boat captains that see them all the time. That's so cool. Wow. I love this. I mean, if you haven't hit the like button already, like, what are you doing? That's the coolest thing. Wow. I love that. That was amazing. Nature. Super cool. Well, I'm glad we got to see that today. Appreciate you all for being here on the stream, taking time out of your Monday for a little nature, a little time to yourself. Hopefully you learn something new or you look at something a little bit different now. Wow. Yes, Captain Kirk says, early mornings or late afternoons are the best, the boat captains tell us. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you're staying here or you're just taking a boat from Springs to Saratoga, chat up the boat captains. Ask them what type of wildlife they've seen, right? And what the best time of day. It looked like there were 3 when I first initially started filming them. I don't know if any like jumped in the water, but it looked like there were 3 kind of hanging out. That was super cool. Ah. And we got a lone duck over there. But yes, gorgeous, gorgeous landscape. I love being near the water, having the reflection of the sun on there. It's a great way to start the day. I've seen black snakes. Well, Lynette, I don't want to see those. I definitely don't want to see those. There was one day that I went running around my complex and I, went by like this wooded area and I'm like, oh, I hope I don't see a snake over here because they're typically over here. So the whole run, like I did a little 5K, didn't see anything. I was coming back to my apartment. It was literally the pathway. I was almost there. I was like just a couple feet away from where I was going to stop running. And all of a sudden this black snake comes out into the sidewalk, just like as I was running, and hits into my shoe and then like slithers back into the bushes. And I freaked out because not only did I see a snake, but it just like went over my shoe. I almost had a heart attack, and not in the place that I thought it would be at all. So that was like very alarming for me. Oh, goodness. Well, I know, Captain Kirk, it's an exclusive find. That's for sure. But you saw it here first, folks. Love it. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm leaning towards a certain book that I'm going to read next for next week's stream. But I'm going to try and put a poll on YouTube here and see what you guys think my next book should be because I haven't started reading it yet. I'll give you some options and then we'll see which one I go with, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the content that you want. Yeah, Bill, no snakes. No thank you. No thank you. And you have to be careful in Florida too, because some of them are poisonous, but the one that I saw was not, thankfully. But yeah, so I'm going to put up a poll. I'll see what books, I have quite a few on my shelf that I have not read yet. So I want to see which one you guys think I should read next and chat about on the stream. But, and it's the Disney squirrels that like freak me out because they have no fear. They're like, oh, I thought you were going to give me some Disney popcorn or a Mickey pretzel. But no, not I. But yes, I want you to be intentional with the rest of your week. If you can find those quiet moments, either in the beginning of your day, the end of your day, or even like, hey, on your lunch break, you just need a moment to just sit and unplug, maybe put on some instrumental music, or just even to have a few seconds to yourself to just breathe and tell yourself, I expect nothing, just let it all go. It really helps to reframe your brain, reframe your mind, and to get present and intentional about how you're going to continue your day, right? It's think of it as like you're restarting the computer. It needs to do some updates, right? Or restarting your phone. It's got to do some updates. You have to do the same thing, right? Control, Alt, Delete, and just restart. So think about when you could squeeze that in your day, because you should be doing that at least once a day, right? We need to recharge our minds and just have a quiet moment, because you never know what strokes of genius will come out of that. Maybe you'll get an answer to a question that you've been thinking about for so long, but when you actually just surrender and let that go, the answer might be very obvious. It might present itself to you. Or maybe you've been, anxious about something coming up, and just taking that time to breathe and be present, it might just allow you to, release some of that stress and realize, like, in the grand scheme of life, that doesn't really matter, right? So whatever the case may be, I think just quieting your mind and staying grounded in, and whatever that looks like for you. It might not look for, the same for the person next to you, but I think we all need those moments in our day just for ourselves, even if it's 30 seconds, even if it's a minute, right? To just restart. So think about how you're going to incorporate that today. Captain Kirk, I definitely need an update. Yes, Captain Kirk, I believe you may be the only person to live stream Disney otters. Of course, it was me. The only person. In the wild, yeah, maybe. Obviously, Animal Kingdom. But yeah, that was so cool. That's something I'm going to hold on to for a while. I loved that. I think I'm going to get an espresso. I didn't have one yet today. Still working on me. That's okay. Yeah, I like that idea. Control, Alt, Delete. You know, refresh, restart that computer. Let's go this way. What's over here? Well, I really love this resort. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I want to thank you all for coming with me on this gorgeous morning, this crispy morning, to set some intentions, to learn something new, and I really appreciate you. Ooh, I'm gonna turn that around. Oh, look, see the hair? No humidity today, guys, 0. But I wanna thank you all for being here, for hitting that like button, for subscribing, and I love my Patreons. Thank you so much for your continued support. I'm going to put a post out soon to kind of figure out when we're gonna do our group coaching call this month. I don't know what I'm doing. I think this is to get into the pool. Aha. Nope. Pool hours, 10 a.m. Okay. We're gonna just keep walking. All right. WDW Stream Finder, thank you for a beautiful start to the Tuesday. Have a great day. Yes, have a wonderful day, guys. Appreciate all of you. And just remember, you were meant to be here. Otherwise, you would not be here. Okay? You have gifts to share with the world. And even if you don't know what those gifts are yet, just stay with it. You've got this. And if you need any additional support, you know how to find me. Captain Kirk, thank you. Lynette, thanks for being here. Who Dat Dave, good morning and thank you. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and I will see you real soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.